Terence Crawford, when he was asked who he would want to fight, he has repeatedly mentioned you first, and he's obviously some free agent or whatever he is. What do you think about the possibility of making that fight as your next fight, and what do you think of the fight in general?
You know, I do want to fight champions. I'm going to be looking forward to getting in the ring with a champion. I want an opportunity to get a world title again. So if that's the best opportunity, I'll take it.
I believe Spence is the easier fighter for Virgil. Crawford, I'm telling you, he's a very crafty, he knows how to move. He's slick. So.
It looks like Bud Crawford's next fight will be against Alexis Rocha, who's a mandatory, and already Errol Spence fans are throwing a fit. What they're saying is Terence Crawford could have fought Keith Thurman, or Dinas Ugas, or Danny Garcia, which we all know those fights are not going to happen because all those guys are with the PBC. Another thing they're saying is, why didn't he offer Jerome Boots Ennis or Virgil Ortiz to fight? First of all, I never heard of champions chasing challengers. Second, these guys have goals to be champions, and they were right in the thick of things in the WBO. Virgil Ortiz was ranked number 1. According to the WBO president, he turned down the mandatory twice. Well, actually, I believe his management team turned down the mandatory twice because we know Virgil Ortiz will fight anybody. He's a young lion. Now when it comes down to Boots Ennis and his father, they say the right things in the interview. Yeah, we want to fight Crawford. If we get Crawford fight, we want the Crawford fight. But what happened when push came to shove? They went the IBF route. Now when we talk about Keith one-time Thurman, the first time around when Crawford tried to make a fight with him, it was reported that he wanted $10 million. Now, and after Crawford beat Sean Porter, he wanted Keith Thurman. And what Keith Thurman says, the route I'm trying to go is the WBC. Translation, I do not want to fight Terence Crawford. The crazy part about it now is Keith Thurman may not get his title shot. So even though the WBC is sanctioning this fight, they are supposed to be fighting at 154. And if they are fighting at 154, there's no chance the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight will be happening at 147, in my opinion. So after those 3 dudes, Ortiz, Boots, Thurman, the top 3 do not want to fight Terence Crawford or they're going other routes. Who's left after those 3 guys in the WBO rankings? It's Alexis Rocha. Alexis Rocha stepping up to the plate. He wanted to fight. He petitioned for the fight. Rocha wants to smoke. And what's the knock on Rocha from casuals? He lost to Speedy Ellis. Rocha was 22, 23 years old. Rocha's 25 years old. He's a quality welterweight. Even though I got Crawford winning the fight, I think Rocha comes to fight and it'll be a decent fight. Besides that, it could lead to a unification match down the road between Crawford and Ortiz. Because if Spence moves up to 154, he will vacate the belt, and Ortiz will become the WBA champion if he beats Stanionis in an elimination bout. That can lead to a big unification match between Terence Crawford and Virgil Ortiz late 2023. So personally, I don't have no problem with the Rocha fight. It's a mandatory, and some people blaming Crawford for not fighting Thurman, fighting Boots Ennis, fighting Ortiz. But the reality is Boots and Ortiz went a different route, and Keith Thurman does not want to fight. I even heard some people bring up Ugas, who has 5 losses, and what are they going to say when Crawford fights Ugas? He's fighting Spence's leftovers. You can't make this stuff up. These guys continue to move the goalpost. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beezy, I'm gone.